So if you can have a guy that's in the audience that's yelling, I him, now me, I him, now me, and then that guy gets arrested for child charges, like he's like, what is going on here?
But there was something else going on here. Epstein was not some sort of whiz kid hedge fund manager. Epstein was playing a part. Epstein was a LARPer. Epstein was cast for a specific role, and he played it really well.
I don't believe this kid right now could possibly be the
then I am lying if this is not true. About 48 hours before Charlie Kirk died, Charlie informed people at Turning Point, as well as Jewish donors and a rabbi, that he had no choice but to abandon the pro-Israel cause outright, okay? Charlie was done. He said it explicitly, that he refused to be bullied anymore by the Jewish donors. Can you guys answer? Did he express that? Did he also express that he wanted to bring me, Candace Owens, back because he was standing up for himself? And then did he, just 48 hours later, conveniently catch a bullet to the throat before our onstage reunion?
Candace, to the person who killed her friend, she is on a mission and she is not backing down. And holy ish, why isn't all this stuff all over the news?
Something strange has been spreading online, and it's got people asking questions that no one seems to have clear answers for. When news broke about Charlie Kirk's sudden passing, the internet exploded with speculation. Some say it was a tragic, isolated event. Others believe there's far more to the story than what was officially reported. Clips started circulating from Joe Rogan's podcast, Candace Owens' live streams, and dozens of smaller creators, all pointing out details that, at least to them, didn't seem to add up. A mysterious text message, an odd flight record, a family that doesn't believe the public version of events, and a woman at the center of it all who, according to online chatter, moved on surprisingly fast. No one's claiming to have the full truth, but as these pieces stack up, the internet's curiosity has turned into a full-blown mystery board. And what's interesting isn't just the story itself, it's how quickly people began connecting the dots.
I don't necessarily think they know what's going on yet. There's a lot of weird going on with this.
I know.
None of these things make any sense to me. Like, you're telling me that this kid who's not military trained, this guy, first of all, how did he get to the roof? How come nobody was looking? How come nobody was like, there's a direct line of sight between where he's sitting and those roofs? You guys didn't check? You don't have a drone? Like, that's insane. So he's on the roof. He jumps from the roof. He jumps down 14 feet.
Today, we're looking at what's being said, the online theories, the contradictions, and the claims that have turned one man's death into one of the most discussed stories on social media. Because, according to the internet, something just doesn't feel right. Before diving into the wild theories, let's start with what's officially known, or at least what's been reported. According to authorities, Charlie Kirk, the 31-year-old founder of Turning Point USA, was holding a student Q&A event at Utah Valley University on September 10, 2025, when tragedy struck. During the event, shots were fired, and within hours, Kirk was confirmed dead. About 33 hours later, officials announced they had arrested a 22-year-old named Tyler Robinson. They claimed Robinson acted alone, using an old rifle allegedly passed down from his grandfather. Case closed. Or so it seemed. But here's where things start to split. Almost immediately, online discussions began pointing out details that didn't seem to line up. For starters, Candace Owens said during her show that Kirk himself had told several people just one day before the incident that he believed someone was going to kill him.
Truly betrayed in one of the most egregious ways that I think I've ever seen. It has made me lose faith in politics. It has made me fully lose faith in Trump. And my heart aches for the fact that he gave so much of his life to Trump and to politics. And they just were like, nope, that is it. It serves us or it doesn't serve us, and we want to move on. And so here's a holiday. Bro, if they try to give me a holiday, what is with them giving people a holiday after they kill them? Why is that a thing? You know what I mean? They're like, oh, Martin Luther King, what about this holiday? What about this boulevard? Anyways, let me knock off. Like, they're going to give Charlie Kirk a boulevard. They already did. They did in Israel. They gave him freaking boulevard. It's like, as soon as they give you a boulevard and a holiday, they definitely killed you. Okay, there's no question. They killed you. There's no way. That's like their signature thing. It's like that's what they do. It's the Fed signature. It's how they sign off after they murder you. They're like holiday and a boulevard. And it's never on the nice side of town either. Like Charlie Kirk Boulevard is not going to be a nice side of town. Anyways, I will be back on the 27th, you guys.
She said 3 people confirmed this privately, and that at least 2 claimed to have written messages from him. Whether those messages exist hasn't been proven, but the idea alone sent shockwaves through social media. Then there was Joe Rogan, who looked at the official weapon description and called it bizarre. They claimed that a 22-year-old used a century-old World War I rifle, allegedly disassembled it, packed it in a backpack, climbed onto a roof, and then reassembled it before firing. Well, to Rogan, that sounded impossible. Online, people began asking, why would someone choose such an impractical weapon? And how would a random college student even know how to do that? That was the first crack in the story. From there, the theories only grew louder, because what came next made the internet stop scrolling. Here's where things start to sound like something straight out of a movie, and it's the part that's fueling most of the online speculation.
Let me dispel that. Okay. 200 yards from a prone position with a dead-on rifle. So if you have a dead-on rifle, so you set this rifle, you set your 0 to 200 yards, right? You know how far you're going to It is not hard at all.
He a lot.
You don't have to a lot. But this kid had a rifle with a scope. Now, here's where it gets weird. The first images of this rifle with a scope, I swear to God, it looks like he has a composite stock on it. Like it looks like a modern 30-06 rifle. So a 30-06, so that's the rifle. 30-06 is like, that looks like a very modern looking stock. I mean, it might not be. It might be just a bad resolution. It might be wood. It's hard to tell. But if you showed me that and you said, hey, this is my cousin's rifle, is this any good? I'd be like, looks like a standard bolt action rifle with like a sophisticated modern scope on it. Sure. Now, apparently, the narrative is that this is his grandfather's rifle from World War I and doesn't have a serial code. Okay.
Interesting.
Okay. Why? Wait.
According to Candace Owens, during one of her live streams, 3 different people privately told her that Charlie Kirk reached out to them just one day before his death, saying he believed something bad was about to happen. In her words, 2 of those people even claimed to have written communication, actual messages, where Charlie allegedly said, "I think they're going to kill me." Now, none of that has been made public or verified, but the idea alone Charlie Kirk might have felt in danger spread fast. Screenshots and secondhand quotes started circulating across Reddit, X, formerly Twitter, and Telegram channels. Some users said it felt like a warning that no one took seriously. Others thought it might have been taken out of context entirely. Still, even without concrete proof, the pattern was enough to get people asking, who did he think they were? Was he talking about something political? Or was it just paranoia after years in the spotlight? Owens later said she hoped the people who spoke with him would come forward publicly, so the truth could be confirmed or debunked once and for all. But so far, that hasn't happened. And as more people dug into this timeline, another detail surfaced. Something that made the entire situation feel even stranger. It involved a mysterious military plane flying over Utah at almost the exact same time Charlie was shot. One of the stranger pieces of speculation circulating online involves a military-style plane spotted over Utah around the exact time of the shooting. According to discussions sparked by Candace Owens on social media and live streams, this plane reportedly flew from Texas to Utah on the day of the incident. Observers online noticed it dipped unusually low near the area where Charlie was attending the event. The aircraft was identified by its tail number N1098L, and some users traced it to a company called Lassie Aviation LLC, which has previously worked with military contracts. Naturally, this led to a lot of questions. Why would a plane with military ties be flying so low over Utah at that time? Was it just a coincidence, or was there some other reason it was in the area? Who actually contracted the plane that day? On forums like Reddit and Telegram, this theory caught fire. People started getting deeper into the plane's connection to the company that owned it,
calling it a potential military operation angle. Though again, it's important to stress that none of this has been confirmed by official sources. The speculation fits into a larger narrative online where viewers and commentators question whether Tyler Robinson acting alone makes sense, especially given the timing of this plane and other details. Some even point to this as an example of the too many coincidences theory. Multiple unusual elements happening at the same time, which fuels people's curiosity and skepticism. And this is where the conversation online starts to shift toward the next big point: the weapon story, a detail that many say simply doesn't add up. Another hot topic in online discussions revolves around the official weapon story. According to media reports, the alleged shooter supposedly used his grandfather's World War I-era rifle, an antique firearm with no serial number. Commentators like Joe Rogan and various YouTube creators immediately questioned how realistic this could be. The rifle is extremely long, heavy, and difficult to handle. Online discussions highlight that disassembling such a weapon, fitting it into a backpack, climbing onto a roof, and then reassembling it would take a lot of skill and time. Many users point out that the alleged shooter reportedly had no military training, making the story seem even more implausible. This has sparked speculation online about whether the official account is fully accurate, or if key details are being misreported or misunderstood. Forums, comment sections, and social media are full of people trying to piece together: could someone realistically manage this kind of weapon on a rooftop without being noticed? Does the timeline provided by authorities even make sense? Are there alternative explanations that haven't been shared publicly? Again, these are theories and observations being discussed online, not verified facts, but they've become a major point of debate in the ongoing conversation about the case. Next, the speculation moves into a truly strange element: the decoy suspect that people online keep mentioning. Another topic generating a lot of chatter online is the mysterious figure some are calling the decoy suspect. According to discussions on social media and forums, this man reportedly appeared at the scene immediately after the shooting, yelling things like, "I did it." Online observers point out that this same individual has allegedly been linked to other major events in the past, like 9/11, the Boston bombing, and some reported fake bomb threats. People online are questioning the odds. Could it really be coincidence that the same person shows up at multiple tragedies? Speculation around this figure has exploded because he was allegedly arrested shortly after the Kirk incident, but for unrelated charges, making it impossible for online communities to verify what he saw or did. Many YouTubers and social media users are asking, is this person a random coincidence? Or could he be a plant meant to confuse the narrative? This has become a central piece of online theories, with people debating whether the decoy suspect is part of something much bigger than a single shooter scenario. Next, the focus of online discussion shifts to Tyler Robinson's family story, which some people think contradicts media reports. Online discussions have also focused on Tyler Robinson and his family, and some of the narratives circulating differ from what was widely reported. The mainstream story suggested that Tyler's father realized his son was guilty and turned him in. However, speculation online points out that some sources close to the family might not even believe he committed the crime. According to these discussions, it may have actually been a family friend, reportedly a former police detective, who advised Tyler to turn himself in peacefully rather than a parental decision. This has sparked a lot of questions on forums. If Tyler never went to Utah Valley University, how would he have known the rooftop layout that the official story claims he used? Online sleuths also highlight photos of Tyler near the campus that day, leading to speculation about why he might have been there if he didn't attend school there. The inconsistencies in the timeline and family accounts are fueling debates online about whether the official narrative fully explains what happened. Next, online theorists are turning their attention to Charlie Kirk's widow and her actions after his death, which some say are unusual. Online theories also focus on Erica Kirk, Charlie's widow, and her actions in the days following his death. Some discussions point out that Erica took control of Turning Point USA just 72 hours after Charlie died. Clips circulating online show her filming content and appearing on shows within days, which some viewers found surprising given the circumstances. Commentators online, including Nick Fuentes and others on forums, have speculated, would most people be moving so quickly after such a shocking event? Some suggest that this rapid takeover raises questions about how the organization was being managed, especially in light of Charlie planning a major internal audit just a week before his death, where he reportedly found millions of dollars missing.
Well, everyone grieves differently. These actions have become a focus of online discussion and speculation, especially given the financial questions and leadership changes so soon after the tragedy. Next, many online theorists are connecting these threads to dreams, intuition, and warnings shared by close associates, which some say could provide more context for the story. As the conversation around Charlie Kirk's death spread online, one of the more unusual threads has focused on dreams and premonitions shared by those close to him, particularly Candace Owens. In forums and social media, people have highlighted that Candace claimed to have experienced a vivid dream in which Charlie appeared to her and spoke of betrayal. According to these accounts, Charlie communicated in the dream that someone he trusted had turned against him, and that the truth of this betrayal would eventually come to light. While dreams are, by their nature, subjective and speculative, the discussion online has taken off because of how soon this dream occurred relative to Charlie's death, and because Candace has framed it as a message from him, not just a random subconscious thought. Viewers have shared clips and transcripts of her recounting this dream, emphasizing that she believes it is inevitable the truth will be revealed, and that the eventual revelation could have international consequences. This idea has sparked curiosity and speculation, with people asking questions like, what could Charlie have known that might matter on a global scale? And who among his associates might have been involved in this alleged betrayal? Adding to the intrigue, online commentators have noted that the circles closest to Charlie, people who worked with him every day at Turning Point USA, have largely remained silent and public about these suspicions. Candace has repeatedly pointed this silence out, questioning why media personalities and friends like Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, and herself seem to be the ones asking the hard questions, while others who were intimately familiar with Charlie's daily work and personal life have not publicly commented. This absence of commentary has fueled speculation that there may be more going on behind the scenes, prompting online discussions about possible internal power struggles, organizational secrets, or knowledge that certain insiders might be reluctant to reveal. Users on social media platforms have shared theories connecting this to the financial audit Charlie was planning before his death, wondering whether what he uncovered could have been a factor in what happened. Many online theorists have also drawn connections between the warnings Charlie reportedly gave to friends the day before his death, where he expressed concern that they might try to kill him, and the dream Candace had afterward. In these discussions, users emphasized the eerie timing and the pattern of pre-death warnings, rapid organizational changes, and mysterious financial discrepancies, suggesting that there might be a link between the warnings he issued, the betrayal revealed in the dream, and the broader circumstances of his death. Even though these are speculative theories, they have gained traction online because they attempt to provide a narrative for otherwise confusing events. And viewers often comment on how compelling it is that multiple unusual details seem to converge around the same timeline. Ultimately, this section of online discussion isn't presented as fact, but as interpretation and conjecture, weaving together dreams, warnings, and suspicious circumstances in a way that invites viewers to question, speculate, and follow the evolving story. Many YouTube commentators encourage viewers to consider these threads thoughtfully. Was the dream a metaphor, a subconscious cue, or something more? Could there be a hidden connection between internal organizational issues, Charlie's financial audit, and the warnings he reportedly gave? The conversation continues to grow as people dissect every detail, revisit timelines, and compare testimonies, creating a space where curiosity, speculation, and questions about truth drive engagement. In short, dreams, betrayal, and warnings have become a major piece of the online puzzle, offering a lens through which the broader narrative of Charlie Kirk's tragic death is being examined by internet communities, content creators, and theorists alike. The moment news of Charlie Kirk's death broke, the online world erupted with disbelief, confusion, and, in some corners, intense speculation. Among the first high-profile reactions was Joe Rogan, whose immediate response on his podcast has become a focal point in online discussions about the case. Clips shared widely on social media show Rogan grappling with the surreal reality of the event as it unfolded in real time. According to those clips, Rogan repeatedly expressed shock at not only the fact that Charlie had been shot, but also how the story was being reported, highlighting inconsistencies that have fueled speculation online. His tone was a mix of incredulity, concern, and a raw, almost unfiltered disbelief, which viewers have interpreted as a genuine reaction to an event that seemed almost too bizarre to be true. The online chatter intensified when Rogan began questioning
the official narrative, particularly the timeline and the weapon story. Clips that circulate widely online feature him scrutinizing the alleged actions of the shooter, Tyler Robinson, highlighting points that many casual viewers had not considered. Rogan's comments, often repeated verbatim in YouTube clips and Twitter threads, underline how impossible certain elements seem. A 22-year-old supposedly carrying out a highly technical shooting with an antique rifle, while the circumstances around the scene, including roof access and line-of-sight logistics, appeared implausible to him. These observations have not only sparked debates about the shooter's capabilities, but have also catalyzed wider online skepticism, with content creators and theorists using his commentary as a springboard to question the official story further. People online are dissecting every clip, analyzing timelines, and comparing reported facts with Rogan's observations, creating a dynamic and evolving online investigation fueled by public interest, speculation, and a desire for clarity. Even beyond Rogan's commentary, the case has triggered a broader reflection on how society reacts to sudden, high-profile deaths, especially those with political undertones. Online discussions frequently reference the stark contrast between public mourning and conspiracy-driven debate, illustrating how modern digital platforms magnify both grief and skepticism simultaneously. Viewers are debating everything from the credibility of eyewitness reports to the timing of the investigation and the role of media narratives. Some are fascinated by the inconsistencies, while others warn about the dangers of speculative thinking, creating a layered, sometimes tense discourse that mirrors the complexity of the case itself. Ultimately, Rogan's reactions, combined with the public's fervent engagement online, have transformed Charlie Kirk's death into more than just a tragic news story. It has become a catalyst for conversation, questioning, and speculation, where millions are weighing official accounts, analyzing discrepancies, and debating what might really have happened. As we wrap up this deep dive into the Charlie Kirk case, it's impossible not to notice just how many threads seem to defy explanation, from the weapon story that doesn't seem physically possible to the decoy suspect who somehow appears at multiple major tragedies. The official narrative raises far more questions than it answers. Then there's the mysterious military plane flying low over the scene, with connections that no one has fully explained, adding another layer of confusion that fuels online theories. On top of that, Charlie's widow, Erica, stepping into the public spotlight and taking control of Turning Point USA just 72 hours after the tragedy, has struck many as unusual, prompting speculation about timing and motive. And let's not forget the millions of dollars that Charlie had flagged for an internal audit just a week before his death, money that seemingly vanished and remains unaccounted for. When you consider all these elements together, the impossible rifle scenario, the enigmatic decoy, the unexplained military presence, the rapid succession of widow-led organization control, and the financial questions, it becomes almost impossible to accept the official story without hesitation. Was this really just one 22-year-old acting alone as authorities claim? Or is there something far larger, more complex, and deliberately obscured happening behind the scenes? That is the question that has captured the attention of online commentators, content creators, and viewers alike. Now it's your turn. What do you think is really going on here? Are these strange coincidences, or do they hint at a hidden story that hasn't yet been fully revealed? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Every perspective adds to the conversation, and I genuinely read each one. And if you want to stay updated as new details emerge, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because this story is far from over. The truth is still unfolding, and who knows what might come next?